saying technology has affected our society. It's too late. The computers are out there, the internet's out there, porn exists. So we need to find a way.
I think it's really interesting how we're sort of having such fun and jokes about it. You know, and this is real, and this is having a real impact on young women's lives, it's having a real impact on young men's lives. And then we make a joke of it, and, you know, and everyone's having light stuff. But what I'm really concerned about, and what studies show over and over again, that it is reshaping male sexuality. And when it does that, it reshapes female sexuality. And that my students are overwhelmed with having to deal with men who've been brought up on pornography.
OK, I'm going to interrupt you there because we've actually got another point of view on this topic. It's a video question. It comes from Jeff Poole in Wynnum in Queensland.
Miss Dines, I am one of the third of the Australian population who cheerfully consumes pornography. I have been watching gay, straight and bi movies on video, DVD and online for the better part of 30 years. In all those many thousands of hours of wobbling pink bits, I have never seen any of the things you talk about. I've never seen the degradation of women, or men for that matter. I've never seen rape, real or simulated. I have never seen violence. I have never seen bestiality. In stark contrast to your writings, I have been able to maintain sexual relationships for more than a few hours at a time. So given that our experiences are so very, very different, I must ask, are you simply a wowser? That's an Australian term which describes someone who denies harmless pleasures to others.
Have you noticed that he had a flower sticking out of his head?
Yes, I do notice that.
That's what happens.
That's what happens when you watch too much porn.
Yeah, flower sticking out of his head.
I think we should really discuss that.
No, I think we probably should save that discussion because I suspect if we don't let Gail respond to that, she'll actually explode.
Yeah, I'm used to this. I've been doing this a long time. I'm used to men like that. I see them everywhere. Let me say something. I didn't argue that bestiality or rape. I've never said that. In fact, there's very little rape in mainstream pornography because women say yes to everything. The word no doesn't exist in mainstream pornography. However violent or brutal you want to do it, she said yes. Let me tell you what happens when I go to college campuses. I show pornography to men who have been using it for years and years and years, and you know what? They've never really seen it. Why? Because they look at it with an erection. So I bet if he didn't have an erection and he really went to look at pornography, really looked at it and analysed it and looked at the women's faces and looked at them as human beings and not as fuck objects, I bet you would see a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about.
Tell us, we've got a question from the audience. I'll come to you in just a moment, but you talk about the concept of gonzo porn. The gentleman who asked that question said he'd never seen anything like that. Just describe briefly, if you can, what gonzo porn is.
Well, gonzo porn, some of the standard acts in gonzo porn, which is the violent porn which has absolutely no storyline, no narrative. Very, very common, gagging women with a penis, basically to the point that it activates their gag reflex. In some cases, they vomit. Anal sex to the point that often women's anuses are red, sore and swollen, and we know that one of the big problems for women in pornography is that anuses literally drop out of their bodies because of anal prolapses. We're also talking about the new thing, ATM, ass to mouth, where a man puts his penis into a woman's anus and then without washing straight into her mouth. We know from studies that women are now getting fecal throat infections in their mouth from unwashed penises. So those are the things I'm talking about. Those, by the way, are mainstream. Those at the top 50 selling porn videos, renting videos and websites visited last month. Adult Video News reckons that about 75% were gonzo porn. So that is non-discussional.
Into here.
Yes,
it is a discussion, actually.